Right now, this property is Williams Hardware is closed down. Some of you got to go in there today, and he wants to sell me the property, commercial property right on Palafox, 15,000 square feet with 3 buildings. We could put everybody into one building. It'll solve a whole lot of problems. Just the main building's 10,000 square feet. He said, come over. He's known me for years. I've been friends with him for 16 years. I've lived there. He said, Brother Hovind, I'm going to put this on the market mid-July, and I'm going to ask $925,000 for it. And he's probably going to get it. He said, but for you, special deal, you know. Only $850,000. Oh, well, it might as well be $10 billion. So I want you to pray that either he will come down on his price, or God will supply the money, or both, okay? Because we think we need that. Total of 15,000 square feet of building space, plus all the other, stuff we would get with that. It would triple our parking lot size, which we desperately are going to need, okay? All of the green properties, you can't see the very light green there, we currently own. We own 4 houses in the neighborhood. Oh, hang on a second. Back this up here. The yellow ones are all available to us right now. They want us to have it, but they want to have some money too. So pray about that. I could spend right now probably $2 million. Easily. My wife says, honey, I could spend $2 million, That's no big deal. Being a school teacher for 15 years, making $15,000 a year, these kind of numbers just don't fit in my brain, okay? How many know what I'm talking about? It's like, how much? Anyway, just pray about it. Those are some golden opportunities, and if we don't buy it, somebody else will. So that's just something we think we certainly would like to at least consider. Okay. I want to talk about dinosaurs. This article from National Geographic, the guy says, no human being has ever seen a live dinosaur. Now just hold on a minute. Does he know that, or does he think that? He thinks that. There's no possible way he could know something like that unless he talked to everybody that ever lived. Did he talk to you before he wrote that article? Do you think he talked to Adam and Eve or Noah? Probably not, right? Now the Bible says, in the beginning God created the heaven and the earth, and it says in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is. Wow, what do you suppose he meant by that? He wrote this on a rock with his finger. He don't stutter, okay? He did it all in 6 days, which means Adam must have seen dinosaurs. Now, on my videotape number 2 of the blue series of tapes out there, we talk about what was the Garden of Eden like? Why on earth did they live to be 900 years old? Well, the Bible teaches there was a canopy of water above the atmosphere and water under the crust of the earth. Psalm 24 says, the earth is the Lord's. He founded it upon the seas and established it upon the floods. Psalm 136, he stretched out the earth above the waters. See, when God first made the world, there was water above to protect them, air to breathe, dirt and rocks to stand on, and then water under the crust of the earth. That's the water that came shooting to the surface when the fountains of the deep broke open. We cover more on that on video 6. But from the creation up until the flood, things were very different on this planet. During that time, the Bible says they lived to be over 900 years old. You could learn a whole lot in 900 years. Plus, you can go talk to your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpa who is still alive. The accumulated knowledge would be incredible. And many people don't realize this, but reptiles grow all their life. Nearly every species of reptile will grow all of its life. They never stop growing. So if you could put a reptile in the Garden of Eden under those conditions, he would grow to be huge. Dinosaurs were giant lizards that lived with Adam and Eve. And we cover that on videotape number 2. But if all that's true, did Noah take dinosaurs on the ark? They asked Billy Graham, were there dinosaurs on Noah's ark? He said, no. Dinosaurs became extinct before man got here. I love Billy Graham, but he's wrong about that one. Okay? Hope Noah kept the woodpeckers in a steel cage of some kind. They say, dinosaurs on the ark, they're kind of big, aren't they? Well, the big ones were big, but the little ones were little. And Noah was 600 years old when he went on that boat, okay? He's probably smart enough to figure out, you don't have to bring the biggest ones you can find, okay? You bring 2 babies. Just be sure to get a pink one and a blue one. That'll be important later, okay? There are all kinds of reasons for bringing babies. You bring babies because they're smaller. Well, duh. The biggest dinosaur egg ever found is smaller than a football. You bring babies because they weigh less, they eat less, they sleep a lot more, they're tougher. You know, kids fall down and bounce and get up and keep running. Adults fall down and break or lay there for a while. Okay? Plus, after the flood's over, they're going to live longer to produce more offspring, and that's why you're bringing them. Why on earth would you bring big elephants on the ark? That'd be stupid for multiple reasons. Why would you bring big giraffes, okay? And he told him to bring 2 of every sort. Not species, sort. He said bring them after their kind, after his kind, after his kind. I mean, he made it real clear. Bring the basic kinds. And only those in whose nostrils was the breath of life, and only those on dry land. Noah didn't have to bring any fish on the ark. They had plenty of water outside. He also did not have to bring any bugs on the ark because bugs don't have nostrils. Bugs breathe through their skin. And bugs can survive a flood just fine. Okay, go any place where there's been a flood. After the flood water goes down, walk out into the mud and tell me the first thing you notice. Bugs by the bazillions, okay? And Noah didn't have to bring 250 or 300 or 400 pairs of dogs on the ark. He just brought a pair of generic dogs, like my dog, Nicky. We had Nicky for 12 years before we knew what kind it was. A friend of mine came to visit one day and he said, Hovind, look at that. You have got a Canardly. I said, a what? He said, your dog, that's a full-blooded Canardly. I said, it is? He said, well, look at it. You can hardly tell what kind of dog it is. Oh, yeah. How many of you got a Canardly at home and didn't even know it? Yeah, there you go, okay. This Mexican textbook says the horse and the zebra had a common ancestor. I would agree. And it looked like a horse. You know, 4-wheel drive, genuine leather upholstery. I mean, standard equipment, okay? Skeptics say, how did he put those millions of animals on the ark? Well, first place, he only brought the land animals, okay? Secondly, you bring those with nostrils, no bugs. Thirdly, you bring babies. Now, that's just common sense, okay? Fourthly, you bring 2 of each kind, not every single variety. And God made the kinds. And God told Noah how big to build the boat. So I just bet God had it figured out, okay? Plus, how many were there? Many experts will say there are probably about 8,000 basic kinds of animals in the world. Basic kinds, not species, kinds, okay? Now, skeptics say Adam could never name all those animals in one day. Well, now hold on a minute. When I get excited, I can speak 350 words a minute. One lady said, Brother Hovind, I enjoyed your seminar, but I felt like I was taking a drink out of a fire hose the whole time. Well, I'm sorry. I got a lot to say, okay? Look, if you just spoke 300 words a minute, which I can do easily, you could name all the animals in 26 minutes. Just going 1 per second, you can name them in 2¼ hours. And you figure Adam had a super high IQ. I mean, the guy came pre-programmed straight from the hand of God. He could walk, talk, name all the animals, and get married first day. Okay? So, how big was the ark anyway? Atheists, I do a lot of debates against atheists that say he could never put all the animals on the ark. I say, really? How many were there? They say, well, we don't know. Oh, well, how big was it? Well, we don't know that either. All we know is he couldn't do it. Oh, I see. Is that the way this works? Okay. Hey, it beats what they believe. They believe 18 or 20 billion years ago there was a big bang where nothing exploded and made everything. And then 4.6 billion years ago the earth cooled down and formed a rocky crust. Yes, boys and girls, the planet Earth cooled and a rocky surface was created. And then as the earth formed, it was hot and there were large pools of bubbling lava. But this textbook says there was no oxygen on the earth, 0 oxygen, but the rocks absorbed it. What? Anyway, then oceans formed as it rained on the rocks for millions of years. Yes, boys and girls, millions of years of torrential rains created the oceans. And swirling in the waters of the oceans is a bubbling broth of complex chemicals. Progress from a complex chemical soup to a living organism is very slow. Boy, it sure is. It don't even happen. That's how slow it is. This textbook says, yes, boys and girls, life on earth may have begun in rocks on the ocean floor. Wow. The first self-replicating systems must